in your mind, how does this win solidify their positioning in terms of being a contender in the NFC?
Oh, they're a contender. I mean, we talked about it before, Jay. This team is very, very talented, and they played uncharacteristically bad on some parts of their team tonight, but this offense is special, and Dak Prescott is playing at an MVP-type level.
Yeah.
He could not have played any better tonight. I mean, the throws were incredible. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb is the main guy, but he was able to utilize Cooks. He was able to utilize the tight end Ferguson. They didn't have a great run game for most of the night, and the pressure was on. So if you're a Cowboys fan, you talk about Dak in the big moments. There were so many big moments, including the one you're watching right now when you're down 8 points in the fourth quarter and you're able to get out of that sack, make a play. He did it all. I mean, he had the right throws. He found the right matchups. He processed the game. He made plays with his legs. Dak Prescott was absolutely incredible.
And yet, the Seahawks scored 35 points. You just talked about uncharacteristic poor play by certain parts of Dallas's team, and I assume you're talking about the defense.
Yeah, and specifically their pass defense. Coming into this game, only one team, the Cleveland Browns, had allowed less yards than them. They're number 2 as far as yards allowed through the air, and that's part of the reason they've been able to blow teams out is because you can't throw the ball against them. Yeah. Well, tonight you threw the ball against them, and I think part of that, you saw the highlights. Deron Bland really struggled, but that's kind of a product of how he plays the game. That first play there, he's trying of him and his aggressive ways. Obviously, he's going to keep playing it as we saw in the second half. He got a pick. I mean, he's got the NFL record right now for the most pick sixes. But this is definitely something that the Cowboys need to clean up because it almost has, the pendulum has swung too far when he's really playing that tight, in-your-face, trying to jump route style of defense. You're susceptible to getting burned, which is what happened.
Seattle loses the game, and you know, throughout that game, you were thinking Seattle has a real chance to win this game. So,
Jay, I was thinking there we're going to win it.
It seemed like even right up to the last minute, that final drive, it looked so close. So they fall to 6-6. They still are holding on to a playoff spot. Any other silver linings for this team other than their fantastic throwback uniforms, which looked incredible?
They did look nice. I think if you're a Seattle fan right now and you look at this offense, for the first time in what I would say is the season, you really saw the capability of all their weapons. Obviously, DK had the huge night. I think he had 134 and 3 TDs. But it wasn't just him catching the football. We all know, as Seahawks fans, Tyler Lockett is a tremendous receiver and makes a million plays for him. He had around 40. The youngster JSN, I thought was a breakout game. Clutch catches, underneath catches, a couple down the field. Him and Geno are getting on the same page. And it was nice to see this guy, Noah Fant, come up with a few big plays as well. This is a former first-round pick at tight end. He's supposed to be a super athlete. Jay, if you're the Seahawks right now, obviously you've got a tough schedule. Gets a little easier towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
But you like to see it. Geno looked great. You got a lot of ballers on this team, and I think when you got Kenneth Walker back, look out.
I mean, you have playmakers, you have running backs. It's really Geno staying healthy, right?
Agreed.
Geno's got to stay healthy. We've got time for just one final mustache update for Luke. Luke has been such a champ. He's joined us for Movember this year. So, Luke, in the end, I think a lot of people agree, and you got a great new haircut, too. Like, bottom line is, if you kept this look, I don't think people would hate it. I think people would be pretty pumped.
This thing's, at 1 o'clock when I get home tonight, this thing's gone. My mother has messaged me numerous times saying she does not like it.
That's fair. That's fair. So get ready. The Clippers are coming up. And get ready because Sunday Night Football is coming up. Courtesy of FanDuel, we have the odds. 8-3 Chiefs, 6-point favorites over the 5-6. Very good Green Bay Packers over the last few games. Very good. They've won 3 of their last 4. What do you think is going to happen in this one, man?
You know, because Brian Hayes came on the show and said that the Packers are going to win, they're probably going to get smoked. That's what I think.